The prong collar is a very useful training tool that is often misused and misunderstood. Most manufacturers carry up to 4 sizes. However, I only ever use the 2 smaller sizes available. I do this because the prong collar is designed to apply even pressure around your dog's neck for a smooth correction. The spaces between the larger links, on the other hand, create pressure points instead of steady, even pressure, making for a rough correction. A proper fit is essential whenever you use a prong collar. The prong collar can come apart at any length and should then be fastened around the upper portion of your dog's neck. At the proper length, the collar will stay high on the dog's neck, but be loose enough to rotate smoothly. The prong collar should never be loose enough to fit over your dog's head. This causes it to fall too far down your dog's neck and then requires a lot more force for each correction. You can tell the collar here is too long because the 2 edges close enough to touch in the middle. Once more, the proper fit remains high on the dog's neck. I recommend the 3.0 millimeter prongs for dogs with thicker hair, but you still need to make sure the collar is sized correctly. The chain that allows the collar to tighten should form a triangle during a correction. Because each link of the prong collar is a separate piece, you adjust the length of your dog's collar by adding or subtracting extra links, which are available at most pet stores. Just be sure to purchase quality links with round tips that match the size or weight of your dog's collar. Here, you can see a collar that is too short to fit around the dog's neck. To correct this, add in extra links to achieve the proper length. There are 2 commonly used methods to fasten the links. The first is to place 1 prong of the connecting link into the receiving link. Then, use your thumb to pinch the second prong into place. This is why the collars are often called pinch collars. Check that the links lined up correctly and wiggle the connection to be sure it is properly secured. The second method is to fit the links together at an angle so that only 1 prong is in position. Then pull hard in opposite directions and the second prong will pop into place. Here is the second method at a slower speed. Always check that you have aligned the links properly. Here, the green arrows indicate a proper connection, and the yellow arrows point to where the prongs are out of alignment. The prong collar is available in 3 styles, one with no clasp, one with a nylon and plastic clasp, and one with a metal clasp that looks like a lobster claw. I recommend the style with no clasp because it is the most secure. The lobster claw clasp comes in 2 sizes and is designed to eliminate the need to handle the links individually. However, there are significant issues with both sizes, and I never recommend this type of clasp. Squeezing the lobster claw releases the chain to open the collar so that it can be placed around the dog's neck. Then, the chain must be threaded back through the circle on the opposite side and reconnected to the clasp. A common mistake is to connect the clasp to the opposite side of the collar and leave the chain hanging. Another problem with the lobster claw is that the small version will fit through the ring on the opposite end and then prevent the collar from issuing a correction. However, when the large clasp attempts to fit, it gets stuck and then unfastens, causing the collar to fall off, and the dog is then off leash. The flat buckle opens to allow the collar to expand enough to fit over the dog's head. However, there is no place to attach a carabiner as backup. Because each link of the collar is a separate piece, the collar may potentially fall off the dog if the links are not aligned. To prevent a dog from being off leash if the collar separates, I use a heavy-duty carabiner as a backup connection to a separate collar. Martingales are the best backup because they cannot come over the dog's head when properly sized. To correctly back up the prong collar, clip the carabiner to the leash clip of the martingale and the spacer ring of the prong collar. Then the leash should be able to attach to its normal spot over the connection. Make sure you do not clip the carabiner over the section of chain your leash will connect to. Remember, your leash always clips to the flat swivel ring, never the round spacer ring. The last thing I want to talk about is brand selection. The goal of a prong collar is not to cause injury to the dog. A lot of people who oppose the use of these collars claim that the links are too sharp to be safe. This is only slightly true of lower quality brands. Unfortunately, most chain pet stores carry these lower quality collars. I prefer the brand called Sprague, which can be ordered online.